There we go. Now, why is the El Crapo not working? There we go. Maybe. Or it'll just, disconnect us. That works too. Change one little thing and everything goes to shit. There we go. Alright, so I've been kind of getting annoyed recently with trends I've been seeing in tech and this idea that, well, and not just tech, like everywhere, it's this let's play it safe, which, innovation is hard, it's expensive, it costs money, businesses need to make money to pay people like developers, support staff, researchers, designers. There's a lot that goes into researching a product, and I get that. And when you look at Apple, the one, the first $1 trillion company, hey, great. I can argue that their premium line hardware, like what's behind me, is, people want it, people still use it. I guess I like to believe that they're brainwashed, to a sense, to the user, because that, on one, they have a really nice ecosystem, right? I can pick up an iPhone and navigate around and want to share pictures. I mean, it does a lot of things great. I see why people want it. I had to get used to it, yes, but I can see why people want it. And I am sorry that for some reason my subtitles aren't working. I have to fight with this stupid stuff every single time. Seriously, why can't we just have this stuff work? There we go. See, that wasn't so hard, was it? Anyways, so we have this tech, and don't get me wrong, it's great, and people have done great things on these devices. But the problem is that it starts becoming very samey. So, right, you have the iPhone 10. And it looks a nice phone. You get the camera, double camera, it's sensors. I disagree with only using FaceTime ID because, right, how many people you wake up and you are right on your back, you're ready to go, your alarm's going off, or right, you just want to check something quick, it's your day off, you're being lazy, right? How many of you are waking up where you can just go, yep, phone's unlocked, right? No, you're like this, or if you did this and you didn't scan like this, you gotta retrain it, and but that's kind of a facial recognition software problem as well. But this thing, this is a nice backup. You had it in your phones, and you're not even making a fucking dongle for it. So I mean, whatever. So you have this. People would say this is an accessible phone. I say no. Well, this one, yes. I'd say the new 10. I did play around with the touch. What's wrong with touching? What is wrong with touching? Touch, right? I get that you have to, to do that, you want to press and hold, right? You want to press and hold something. You have to, like, press and hold and hope that it does a little dance. But now the 3D touch, you have to press and hold it a very particular way. I cannot master that. I cannot do that. I've tried messing with the settings. I just can't get it to work. Fuck you, Apple. At least with this thing, and arguably this thing, if I wanted to delete something, I didn't have to have a special touch. If I have a Band-Aid on my finger, I can't. It's now fucked. but yet somehow when I'm cleaning the phone and I forget to shut the screen off, now I've just somehow emergency dialed or typed other shit that it can't tell the difference between this and this and this. Like, whatever. But I get that there are people with different accessibility needs that have different needs and uses for their devices. And I probably lost it now. Where did it go? So, good, I lost it. So, good example of taking things into consideration, right? You have the Arc mouse. I like the mice. This is an older one. It's USB. Got this newer one. And of course, it froze because my screen just went dead, and it's still in the iPhone, so fuck it. No. Piece of... Yeah, I can't even... There. Nope, technology just hates me tonight. Knows I'm talking about it. So I wish you guys could have seen that. Seen how much frustration I had just turning up my mouth to show you. So right, two things, both do the same thing. But this one is easier for people to touch. However, there is a flaw with this one. If I want to right click, I've been trained on this. Been trained that I can do this with the mouse. If I want to right click, I can go like this and it'll be fine. But no. With this, you have to have two fingers on the device. Actually, no, you can't. You have to, you know, it don't even know anymore because I don't barely use it yet. Yeah, so you have to basically have a finger like this, lift up, right click, and that's right click. Well, that's great, but I'm sometimes not doing that in the way this mouse is designed, that it's not understandable for me to go like this, but whatever. Now, you could have argued that they could have just, you know, put a divider like this, left this nice touch bar, put just a little bit of divider, so that you can still get the same functionality, but now there's a little bit of a difference, so that when I right click like this, or touch like that, it knows. Which, if I just touch it, it's not right clicking, it doesn't right click. So, the whole touch bar thing, at least when I, you know, click on my actual touch bar, the thing that's called a touch bar, it actually touches and does what it's supposed to do. Not, well, you still have to press it down anyways. So I get that this was made more accessible, and I'm glad that they're focusing from this, which is all mechanical, to this, which is still mechanical, but apparently it's better touch. But it was made unaccessible. That said, Android phones, companies, stop being so fucking lazy. Copying Apple is not the right answer. I don't know what it is. Maybe you're just gonna say whatever. You're just some person in Wisconsin who doesn't understand, you know, who doesn't make tech for a living. You just code it. What do you know? Blah blah blah. And you know what? That's fine. You're entitled to my opinion, just like I'm entitled to mine. Well, your opinion, mine, whatever. And that is that stop copying Apple. If you're going to copy anything, copy the way it makes its users believe that every little thing is wrong. That sort of control, that supportness, not making it so that I cannot remove the back plate, that I cannot customize the phone. I mean, at least, yes, you could say the Pixel phones and the newer Android phones aren't that, but you know what? I can still physically upgrade memory with Android if I want. I can't do it with these things. If I get too much pictures, now I gotta use the cloud. And who knows what the hell they're doing with my cloud. Or, you know, like, now what? Like, whatever. Yeah, now people are texting me. Alright, now I get to go fight with the Elgato because it doesn't want to show my other computer, which I have set everything up so wonderfully for you. Because apparently that's just too hard of a thing. A thing that takes video from one screen to put it on the other, that's just too much work for this poor, annoying, poor Elgato device that just barely can handle 1080p, even though it's designed for 1080p and it's not warm at all. Whatever. Ooh, and it's not even working at all. So how the heck is it still frozen? I wonder if this is an OBS issue instead. Maybe. Sweet, I got mouse again. Alright, let's see how long this lasts. So, let's look at the newer Android phones that are coming out. Until it decides to crash. You gonna work with me, Elgato? You gonna work with me? Come on. You can do it. It's really isn't that hard. There you go, right? So we have the Huey P20. What does this look like? The camera. Look at the notch, the bezel. What do we got? Zenfone. Okay, it's not too bad. I guess that doesn't look too much like that. Oh, for crying out loud! See, I can't even show you tech. I can't even take from one device to another. No, it's too hard. I can't. Too hard. All right. Here's another one. Look, notch. Let me stay at the camera, right? Okay, but still, look, notch. Like, how is this? How is the notch better? Notch. Notch. Camera. Again, side camera. Where were we? Yeah, side camera. Notch. Side camera. Placement of camera. Okay, middle camera, not too bad. Notch. Notch, notch. Oh, look, they even compare themselves to an iPhone X display. Look, notch, notch. Notch. How much is this going to cost me? Look, notch. OnePlus, come on. What the hell, OnePlus? You're supposed to be a flagship killer, not a flagship copier. What the... Why? At least you didn't do the side camera, but it's still the up and down dual camera thing. And the notch, and your own version of Android, and you're supposed to be a flagship killer, and you're what? $719 US. No, I didn't want to go there. How is this better? How is this the flight? Like in OnePlus, like you were a good phone. Like we would get you because you were cheaper. You were offering the same stuff, but not with the flagship. And now you're almost the same price as the flagship. Whatever. There's that Xiaomi. See now that OnePlus 5, you're kind of Android-ish, but you're starting to rip off iPhone. See, you went from $489 from an old version to $719, and maybe I'm just because it's on Amazon, but like other sellers have you $100 more. Like what? And you need stuff to do that, right? I mean, look at just me trying to get a simple stream going. I have to use two freaking computers to try to get a stream going, to show and code, because I buy a flagship device and it cannot handle running a coding platform and a streaming broadcasting platform at the same time. that is just way too hard for this premium machine to do before it gets too warm and starts to overheat and CPU throttle, because they're all using Intel pieces of crap. Okay, they're not pieces of crap. I just prefer AMD. They at least run a little bit hotter and last a little bit longer before trying and destroying everything. And I am just waiting for the flagship laptops to start copying this thing. I mean, we're already seeing it done. We're saying that look how better our laptops are compared to this. I mean, this is about to get to the point where I'm going to have to go get it fixed because of where they put the monitor cable. I mean, I could try to repair it, but I don't have the tools to properly do it. So what? I'm supposed to wait for this to expire after it's AppleCare and then try to bring it in for servicing and then have them charge me a shit ton? That's the whole thing. It is why this is a premium laptop. I even understand. I get how there is this kind of accepted mindset that we can't have these things, the devices last. We can't, because that's going to undercut our margin, our user base. And definitely, you know, these things, we can't, you know, throttle our batteries or whatever. And if we do, we'll just lie to our customers because, you know, they don't care. But and I get that. I do get that. But when you get a device that has a performance extension and battery life extension, and then it doesn't use that, and then I can't screen record because I'm forcing it to use that extended GPU, or I'm doing this thing and I have to have 1,001 different USB-C dongles just to get it to work, or hey, I have a really nice camera that I can use for video, but I'm going to stop supporting the software. I'm going to make software that assumes that why would you be still using an older piece of tech for ours? Why don't you go spend another $4 grand on the latest piece of tech our has that we have? So you can do that. And hey, look, Wi-Fi is available. Like, or hey, well, you want to work great, but you need a CD-ROM. Who has a CD-ROM these days in laptops? No one. So I have to buy add-ons and extensions for your out-of-date piece of shit software. Like, I mean, I will say at least for the camera industry, I don't have to buy a dongle to use the lens from the same company. I don't have to buy a dongle or attachment. That I can just, you know, if I get the newer cameras, this lens I have on it will still work. I don't have to go do that. If I get another camera, you know, maybe I don't want to use this Logitech. Maybe I want to go put a different camera. That will be the same base. But, and again, I get that there's research, I get there's development, I get that there is a certain, your company needs to survive by keep making more stuff. That the experienced talent, the talent that is what is going to help you make these good products. These products that improve, that make it better for people to use, cost money. But at the same time, you're solving the first problem, which is great, but not the second problem, which is if you're on someone who's on a limited budget and you're trying to get yourself out of that hole, you're not. This country really is not set up right now. Or, you know, the world, society is not set up right now to give people, I want to say give a fair chance, because they are. If you're, you know, I will say this, that at least there are grants and research stuff that if you're a POC, person of color, or a female, that there's opportunities out there for you. But if you're someone who's autistic and you're male and white, good luck. Even though I still have issues, but I also know other people who have issues who aren't me. And regardless, that it shouldn't have to be that you have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars just to get good tech. Or that, oh, it's fine, take out a credit card. There's your payment. Like my life. You take someone like myself, and there are people out there who have autism, and they have other things attached with it besides just dyslexia and ADHD. And I guess I count myself lucky that it only is formed in light sensitivity, texture, allergy issues, and it's very limited to how it's manifested itself compared to other people's configurations out of the door, where they are requiring so much more, and they're trying to make a life out of it. They're trying to do something with it, not just sit around on disability saying, "Oh, woe is me." But society's kind of aligned against them. Health insurance, just trying to get this assistive technology for support. I will say, I will give credit for Microsoft for coming up with the adaptive gaming controller and sending it out to people, because it works on Windows or Xbox, and I will say that's great. And I'm starting, because of the push Microsoft has on accessibility, it's starting to become better. But I understand that to get a good setup, eventually at some point you're going to have to make that investment. But to get a good setup, to even start, that it's not, you can't even remotely get started. And having a quality setup, you just can't. And feel free to please prove me wrong. And I don't know, I don't have the answers. I'm not sure how that works, and all I can really do is I can just try to explain the situation, explain the struggles, explain what's going on here, try to fight for people who aren't willing to speak up. That what it is. I mean, you think about with Mixer, it's kind of a newer platform still in the streaming community. A lot of people aren't looking at it, but I will hand it to them that they worked with the Xbox team so that if you are on a budget, you are now actually able to use the webcam with the Xbox. I think it came out last year. And that's a huge thing. If you're getting disability, but you're trying to do something about with your life, maybe it is just streaming for that social experience, because you don't know what to do. You're stuck at home in your house, or you can't really go much because of transportation issues or whatever. Now at least you can go to the store or Amazon or whatever and buy a webcam online or at the store, and just have potential to now get out there. And it's a safe environment. And only now are the other streaming platforms trying to figure this out. And I'm not going to go into all the other details of how to make that possible and what might be going on with that, because there is just so much more that it takes to make that happen. But at least there's a start. And if you are in a position where you can make decisions about that, or you have the ability to affect, please. There are lots of us out there. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be me. My Twitter's full of people, and it keeps growing, of people who have autism, who have other physical needs, who have other physical, non-visible needs that I didn't even know about. Reach out. If you're honest and you're true, reach out to us. And if you're not sure too, just to look to see what's going on. I'm not saying, hey, give us a ton of free stuff. I don't mind free stuff, especially when it's awesome free stuff, or it's cool free stuff, but at the same time, if I can talk to people and work with them to review, or we can do that, not just even me, that even that start, it is better. You know, it's going to be really interesting to see in the coming year with the ADA laws now that all games have to meet accessibility guidelines that other tech has to follow. And you know what? That's fine, Elgato. That's fine. I'm done with this computer anyways. And you know, that's going to be really interesting to see how that manifests itself. Because now, for example, you can't release, you won't be able to release a game, I believe, in 2019 is when it starts. January 1st, 2019. If your game's coming out, it has to have and meet accessibility standards. And someone like me, captioning, I have a perforation in my ear. That's a big thing. But yeah, I'm going to go more into that on either here on my gaming channel, I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to set everything up with YouTube and Twitter, but I appreciate you those watching, following me, you know, and, you know, feel free to keep following me if you want to see more videos on me. Otherwise, Tube Mixer, another great platform, a little bit more real time. But yeah, I do hope to get more discussion videos out here as I get my thoughts together about that. And we're going to be doing some live coding starting here shortly. Try to plan that out to get off the ground as well. But regardless, you know, share your thoughts below. Tweet at me. Keep this discussion going. Things you want to see more, let me know. Definitely. Comments, Twitter. Let me know there. Otherwise, yeah. If you follow along respective channels, whether it be the notification bell on YouTube, make sure to just follow me. You'll get notified when I go live. Twitter, I'm trying to be a little bit more diligent about giving people at least an hour heads up of when I start, or 30 minutes, but a lot of times I just get these ideas in my head and I am limited on time. I only have time to just find a few things or talk about them, or you know, this expensive tech that I have decides to not work, and there's not much in the way of support options. I would love to be able to do everything from one laptop, but I guess that's too much to ask right now.